it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out here. Now he makes a turn into the turn pocket here, but he's kind of hanging back a little bit. Not sure. Maybe he's planning on making a U-turn here. Let's see what he does. But he's basically northbound Garfield, and he's coming up on Rosecrans, and we're going to see what he elects to do here. Of course, that car behind him is not aware that this car is being pursued by the sheriff. So
Alex, that's the concern sometimes with these code 9s. The driver, the suspect in this case, may not know that the officers are following him, but therefore neither does anybody else. And so if he sees something...
Wait, what's happening right there, Alex?
Well, we don't know. Not sure. It may have just been as simple as someone wanting to cross the roadway there and the suspect vehicle stopping to let him through. That was kind of, well, that's certainly one thing you don't see very often here in Southern California pursuits. That was a little bit close there. He came close to that other car. But again, for the most part, this guy's really just kind of driving slowly. That was a CHP unit right there at the light. And I don't know if his presence there indicates that the CHP may be getting involved here or not. I would think that the sheriffs would stay on this since they're in their jurisdiction, and they certainly started this following here. But right now, again, a slow speed following. We're kind of hard pressed to call this a pursuit at this point because he's not really fleeing to a great degree here, and he is being watched driving orderly here. But needless to say, certainly a strange one here as he continues his trek here.
And Alex, that's the exact point that I was making. You have a pedestrian there who has no idea that police are chasing this guy. Something can happen to trigger something. He can become frightened and then do something dramatic at a moment's notice. So while it may look under control at the moment, it's still something that police authorities have to be very careful with as they continue to follow this guy.
Unquestionably, and when you listen to it on the scanner, I mean, it's a whole different story. Listening to this actually playing out with the officers or deputies on the ground here, it's clear that this is, certainly being coordinated on several levels. You've got watch commanders in the mix here. You've got deputies on the ground. You've got the helicopter overhead. So certainly this is not to be taken lightly here. Again, officer tactics here in cases like this are always very interesting. They have time on their side. This is the point we always like to make, is that they basically have time to let this guy cool off, make a decision, and see where he's going to go. And hopefully this situation is one where this car will drive into an area where other people aren't involved or around, and deputies can handle it in a safe fashion here. Now, he's westbound on Rosecrans. He's crossing over the LA River, and he is just about to the 710 freeway once again here. So he'll have the ability to go north or south on the 710, and we'll see what happens. But again, like you say, all these other vehicles that are in the area here, none of them really know what's going on. Now, the CHP unit has, okay, CHP, oh yeah, so what we've got now is a CHP unit.
Almost.
Yeah, CHP is behind him. This is going to change things quite a bit. But now up ahead, there are CHP units, and it appears that they've got a spike strip set up, and you can see them right there. Yep. And there you go. They hit him with the spike. We missed the spike there, so we're not sure if they hit him. But CHP now involved, and this is going to change things quite a bit because CHP and the sheriffs handle these very differently here. CHP will continue to pursue until they have their guy, and they will also use methods to try to take this car down, including the pit maneuver, which is what we're expecting to see here soon. So now he gets back on the freeway. He's now southbound on the 710. He's just going too fast for the parameters that the CHP uses to determine their ability to pit here. Usually 35 miles an hour is the speed that they want the car going. They could have tried to have pitted him on the on-ramp there, but it just wasn't ideal with the turn there. So he's on the freeway, but we'll see if that spike strip ended up doing its job, because that is certainly going to change the whole dynamics. And now you can notice that this guy is speeding up a bit here as he gets on the southbound 710. So now we're leaving Paramount and making our way down towards Long Beach.
Yeah, well, for this guy in the car, there is absolutely no question now that they are hot on his tail in all ways because of that spike strip. But it looks like, I mean, unless he has run-flat tires, that they're still running pretty well right now, Alex.
It was kind of hard to tell. I was looking at that back left tire thinking that there may have been something happening there. But yeah, you're right. It's hard to tell. It looks like it's doing okay right now, but we'll see. A lot of times it takes some time here. And this guy's really just teasing that speed threshold here. Now it looks like he's going to be exiting. I'll get the off-ramp for you, but this is where the CHP is going to try to jump in and take advantage of the opportunity to spin this guy. As soon as that car slows down to under 35 miles an hour, you're going to watch the front fender of that chippy cruiser right there get right up alongside that white car and try to spin him out here. And the only thing that's going to keep them from doing that, looks like they may even do it right here, is if there's other cars alongside. But right now, here we go. He's on Atlantic, heading southbound from what I can tell. And CHP trying to get a good opportunity. Oh, look at this now. Now this is where we're starting to see it escalate here. This is the first time we've seen him actually start to pick up the intensity level here. So now we're going to see what happens here. But certainly CHP is eager to bring this one to a close. They've got a great opportunity that they don't get on the freeway because he's actually going slow enough where he's going to start getting in those speed ranges that they can work with. But right now it looks like he is continuing on here. And we're going to see if CHP gets some more opportunities to try to spin this guy on.
Yeah, like you said, time is on authority's side as far as this particular chase goes. It seems right now. I mean, we've seen these guys actually run out of gas in the middle of a chase, Alex.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the beauty of the CHP. They've got enough cars to come in here to replace units that the fuel's running low on. They've certainly got their opportunities. Now, that was not a good opportunity to try to do a pit there, but as soon as this guy goes through the light, that's a real common spot where you see CHP. Watch, he's going to try to go. He wanted him there, and he had just a brief moment there where he thought he might be able to do it. Now the guy's coming back westbound again. I believe he's back on Alondra.
Oh, looks like he's going for it.
Back. Oh, here we go.
I mean, they're
certainly trying. Yeah.
This is quite the lesson today in police pursuit tactics, Alex. We've seen it all.
Yep, absolutely. Multiple agencies, multiple types of units in pursuit, lots of different speeds, spike strips, pit maneuver, you name it. But here we go. Here's another great opportunity right here. If he can get in there and tap this guy, we're going to see what happens. The guy's certainly going slow enough. But, boy, just when that CHP guy gets right into position there, the guy puts the pedal to the metal just enough to evade there. So,
and it looks like he's looking ahead, too, to make sure that there aren't other vehicles there at the time.
Let's see what happens here, Alex.
Yeah, and look, the guy has his hands out the window, so he may be surrendering right now.
A smart move on his part.
Well, that would be a really kind of an unpredicted moment there for him just suddenly to stop. We feel safe in showing this particular shot because his hands are out of the window. If he puts his hands back in the car, we'll widen the shot up. But right now, we can see his hands. He's no threat to officers. So right now, see, when he brings his hands in like that, that's when we get a little nervous. He's going to throw something out of the window there. We're going to pull out just in case.
Yeah, we get nervous. And, you know, those deputies on the scene and officers on the scene are incredibly nervous when he does something like that.
Right. Well, they've got the advantage right now. He's having to look backwards. He's certainly at a disadvantage in terms of trying to look back there. He's got his hands in the air. Let's take another look real quick here. This guy's hands are up, and he knows that that's an important thing to do. And now look, all of a sudden he jumps out, and he gets down into the prone position. He's following officers' orders there, and this guy is going to go into custody right now without incident. What a crazy ending here. And we've seen so many like this lately where these guys are being pursued, and then all of a sudden they just pull over, and that's kind of the end of it. And that's what happened here.
Alex Calton, News Top 4 over the scene right now. Alex, quick recap as to what happened as about 5:10 this afternoon.
Well, again, this started off as a pursuit by the LA County Sheriff's Office out of Compton, and we believe that the initial crime had something to do with a weapon. We know that he reportedly threw a gun out of the car, and that gun was quickly recovered by officers on scene or by deputies on scene. The pursuit ended up on several freeways, and the CHP eventually handed it off to the California Highway Patrol, who, in this case, used a spike strip on him and also tried to use the pit maneuver, but it was frankly the suspect just pulling over and getting out of the vehicle here that caused this one to end without incident right here near Alondra and the 710.